Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review on this Polyform LD4 Aqua bag. So check it out. Okay guys, let me give you a close-up of this Polyform LD4 Aqua bag, also known as the Ringside Hydroblast Aqua bag. Basically, all Ringside does is purchase this from Polyform, and they just rebrand it with the Ringside logo. But this one doesn't even have the Ringside logo on it. It's typically in this section of the bag that they stick their logo on it. But with that being said, this is a more traditional shaped Aqua bag that's more cylindrical, which is the reason I got it. Dimensions wise, it's about 15.5 inches in diameter and then about 37 inches in vertical height. So the perfect size for those of you that really don't want the rounded bulb style of Aqua bag and prefer more of a cylindrical style. So just like the review I did on the Polyform bag I did last year during the pandemic, this one is the same material that they use, that Polyform uses. Polyform is one of the major companies aside from TaylorMade that makes these Aqua buoys, and the original intent behind these buoys is for marine use. So they basically fill these buoys up with air, and then they use it like at docks to basically anchor or to kind of keep boats from hitting against the docks, and for other marine uses as well, but that's kind of their main use is for that. But it turns out they make great heavy bags, and with Aqua bags they're really good on the joints, especially for those of you that have some kind of joint or injury when it comes to your shoulders, your elbows, tendonitis, those type of things. So from the very top, it actually came with this chain up here that I had connected to my spring. It was included with that. It does not come with a shackle, which you'll have to buy separately. I did have a shackle, but it's a little bit too large for this, so I'm gonna have to purchase one that's a little bit smaller to fit through the hole. But you can typically get a shackle from Home Depot. It does have the same style of fill port that all the other Polyform bags have, which is a flat tip screwdriver that just unscrews that plug. It also comes with this spray nozzle that you screw on to the end of your garden hose that you can actually close the valve on and off. I did notice that you still get a bit of water that sprays out of this when you're filling it up. So do keep that in mind. If you are putting it somewhere where you can't get water on the floor, I would probably fill it up prior to mounting it, because you're gonna get water kind of everywhere. Thankfully, this is in my garage and it's really hot, so I was able to get a towel and wipe it up, and then the rest of the water just evaporated. So keep that in mind. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a pretty standard Aqua bag. You can see that it has like these little kind of like built-in little ridges right here that is textured. But that doesn't bother me at all. And just to show you guys, it has more of a lifelike feel when you hit it. Like basically, the impact has more of a sinking feeling when you punch an Aqua bag compared to like a standard heavy bag. Here's like my nozzle bag that has more of a solid feel to it, more of a crack-like feel. With the Aqua bag, it's definitely more of a sinking feeling. It kind of wraps around your fist much better, or if you're kicking it, then it'll kind of conform to that. So let's go ahead and do the full review. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Polyform LD4 Aqua bag, also known as the Ringside Hydroblast bag. The only difference between the two is Ringside just throws their sticker or their label on top of the bag and charges you a little extra, about $20 to $30 more. I believe Ringside sells this for $135, and Polyform sells it anywhere between like $110 to $120. So you're essentially getting the same thing, just without the markup. So if my best recommendation is just to get it from Polyform, save yourself a couple of dollars. Now this bag is great in the fact that it is shaped traditionally like a traditional cylindrical heavy bag. Dimensions wise, like I mentioned earlier, it's about 15.5 inches in diameter and about 37 inches in height. I'm 5'8", so you can see right next to me how big the bag is. And to me, the big benefit of this compared to the rounded style Aqua buoy is that you can work all of your straight punches, your hooks, your uppercuts, but you can do body work and still maintain the same level for your straight punches at eye level or even higher. So you can go to the body, where with the rounded style, I find that if you want to do body work with it and you want to really, sit down on your punches and drop down, you kind of have to lower the buoy lower. And because of that, you're losing some of that surface area up top to throw your straight punches and your hooks up top. So you're kind of sacrificing one for the other with the round style buoy because it doesn't have enough vertical surface area to take all of your punches during a training session. So to me, this is a great supplement to that, and the fact that you have more vertical punching surface. Now this bag, fully filled, just depending on how much water you get all the way in it, is anywhere between 140 to 160 pounds. So it is a heavier Aqua bag. You do have to keep that in mind. So make sure that wherever you're hanging it, whether it's your garage, your gym, if you have like a heavy bag mounting, like one of those A-frame systems where you can mount it, just make sure that it's rated for 100 to 140 to 160 pounds because it is going to be a little bit heavier. And it's not so much the static weight that you're really worried about. I mean, you are worried about the static weight, but it's really the moving weight. So once you start hitting it and kind of bumping it and working around the bag, all that swinging and bouncing up and down is going to be pulling on whatever is hanging on. So you do want to keep that in mind. It did come with this water hose adapter or garden hose adapter that just screws right on. It has a on and off, or should I say a shut off valve right here, an inline shut off valve, so you can use that to fill up the valve. The valve is just a standard plug that you unscrew with a flat tip screwdriver. You will get some water on the floor, so if you can't afford or you live somewhere where you can't get water on the floor, you're gonna have to fill it up before you put it in place where you're gonna hang it. If you're like me and you have it in a garage and you don't mind getting some water on the floor, then even better, because then you can hang it first while it's not heavy and then fill it up with water and not have to worry about having to pick it up yourself or having somebody help you or using some kind of device like a hoist to bring the bag up because it weighs too much for one person to carry it and to hang at the same time. So you're not just carrying it, but you have to be able to hang it up at the same time while carrying it. So it's usually a two-person job. So definitely keep that in mind with this. One other great thing about this bag is that when you purchase this, you don't have to worry about freight charges. So when you buy a traditional heavy bag that comes filled, you have to pay extra charge for shipping, which is usually like $40 to $70, just depending on who you purchase it from. Sometimes you can look out and get free shipping, just depending on if they have a deal with the shipping company, but you're gonna usually have to pay a little bit more to ship a heavy bag, especially if it's like 100 to 135 pounds. With this, it comes obviously deflated, so there's relatively no weight to it, so you don't have to worry about the extra shipping charges. If you have any kind of issues with your elbows, tendinitis, tennis elbow, where you have pain in this area, I've had it too. You get a lot of pain typically right here from boxing, from over the years of throwing your punches, especially hooks and uppercuts, and a lot of the shock that goes to your hand into your arm really absorbs down here. If you have any kind of shoulder pain injuries, to me the Aqua bag is more beneficial and more helpful, better to use than a standard heavy bag because of the way it absorbs your punch or your kicks, and it has more of a sinking feeling when you punch it. So when you hit it, it feels more lifelike, like you're actually hitting somebody in the body, rather than a standard heavy bag that's filled with like cotton or like shredded up clothes or towels. It has more of a popping feeling, and you feel the shock more. So that might cause a little bit more discomfort if you do have an injury, where this, again, sinks in more and is more lifelike. So overall, I'm really, really satisfied with the bag. I haven't had any issues with it. It's very durable. It's made in the United States. Polyform is one of two major companies here in the States that makes these here, Polyform and TaylorMade. TaylorMade is actually the company that makes the Aqua training bag brand. So those are really the two main players when it comes to these. They're built to last. Aqua buoys are actually intended for marine use. When boats come to dock up to the shore, they usually have these filled with air, and these are basically used to kind of maneuver the boats around or whatever marine equipment so that it doesn't bang against the dock. So for those of you that are wondering, well, can it take a kick or a punch? If it can take the weight of an entire boat against it, it could definitely take a kick or a punch, unless you're neglecting it somehow. But outside of that, I love this thing. I love the fact that it's a cylindrical size. This is the LD4, which is the largest of this style of bag. They have an LD3, an LD2, and I think an LD1. And the only difference is they get smaller in vertical height and a little bit thinner as you go down. But I would recommend, if you're wanting something that's a traditional heavy bag, to go with this Polyform LD4. I'm pretty sure you won't regret it. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below. I'll put the link in the description box, or where you can find this Aqua buoy. I'll see you guys later. Peace.